Osoroka onyame enu onyam. Jesu we nyame ba ko pe. Ya do tutu bibi. Abofo nyina som. Ya ka se we onyame pre ko pe.
O sura ben ya fa. O ane do ma yemu.
What is that? When we are fam, what to some can me? What is that? Ronuma. When you me be a what to son call that canoe call me what
Rama esi misa wa me boyasi imo Amisie wuji tumo mami nyawunche trabia oye ni akushe mami koma etokwa dominion yamfiku oh Rafi so oh yeah ni akuche amekoma soko dominion yafiku oh Rafi so
Onyame beso yemu. Emfa woni senya tibia ne tibiara. Everything that what you know na samo. Mika etin so tichamo what you say. Me time for everyone in yeda. Sama shiasia. Me meso. Na sami tsumu ba. Jehovah onene me hai.
Eguma meji jo. Cristo so demo atavo same sumpao beso demo
beso
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 That's all.
Mikra, Nira, Christo so, Imu, what's on me, apart, Obeso, Imu, Obeso,
Nyankopon obeso yemu. Obeso yemu. 102.5 FM so now was good. And the amu de be cheme. Menya cold na me kasa gu so. Nanso se de etie bia no. Ade achi yi na enne ye homide yi. Yenyina yebeka bom na yakaye ho se nyame beso yemu. Izanse nyankopon no. Otumi eso yemu. Orima me kranyira. Kristo tumi so me mu. Oh yes. Watomi abodin pa. Abodin pa na Kristo atomi e. Kristo we so me mu. Yenyina yenka mom na yento e. Yesu be so yemu. Otumi so yemu nso ampa. Adishma maye mu kwaba yede oba kasapa 102.5 FM so and nano pay ye shall hano say ye ba na ye bitie nyumpa ne etie nsempa and na home day twatwo e wo January bosumi munti my job is work bebato and the entina and na wo dwumade mu Mary Opuni Mensa Mamus what the kind of YouTube. Happy Sabbath. We're joining live from United States of America. Nana Makwa Mensa. Onsu was Spain and Opay will say Happy Sabbath. And come Ebusiana. What's in Chankoma Pastor Mrs. Ajeni Mbwati Accra North District in War. And come Pastor Ampon St. John Junior. Our Bequaya Santimemo. Oh, Parinio.
Senyamiti mitumi sami pupa boni biapu umo jane huru boni nyame bama mapa
Midwa Nyankopon na obiere ni obi manim ade machi obi ni ho na ne oni bi poti pen ebi ni ho otwe we wo Isaiah hona no etire aduane nsia etichemu empro ani dwinu Obi ti say wonyame. Dia wo pen na wo ye. Wo no obi mpa gina ansa na wo ye bibi. Enye me gina ga. Na wo to be any opedia.
Oh, onyame. Yante te bwa fopa. Nien adi da so. Au yemu yeba. Obia biye eda piluje da. Epo adi nuname. Assassin, Ofi, Titi, go bon, Ligo, Zidanina, Zidanina.
Wahimanu, Rini,
OpareDawuro tie.
Naye Meta Jojo. Upasaku na yedi na boye huwa Missy wahi manuni Missy na yembe na joju Nyamye upasaku na yedi na boye huba
Sheye ani fa aye.
Insurani hama eka yembom se Christopher
Baby awotia no asumdwe odo ewo ho. Na wonyame wonhom edi hiri ho. Na ne nyina so aye die. Efise Yehowa.
we die obian to be.
Maadasa ayo kufa yese osuru tino ishirani hama eka yembo Kristo maadasa ayo kufa yese osuru tino.
Oh yejam
yeho Yeswa yeho neswa oh
yeta echia rahu nisu dijam yeho
Yeye yampai bogu yeta imanenim Yesu royan anida so yeah ara
Australian ni da so eno ani yare chichiri da chen na se basi edi ntiti mu mpa ya na eyimu ya o nanso ye weni da so bi kese se da bi ye be hye mu biem eno ni yare chichiri sem said the Etibian yo and that so said Dachin Yebesan Eshiemu BM. Alex Dugas say happy Sabbath and pay or joining live from Italy and I feel Caleb and so joining live. We'll say happy Sabbath and come Benis Abigail Francisca and I feel love Yanisa Kodie Munina okay we'll say even come Sechi and a new life SDA church members are a was no pay or United Kingdom. Prince Brown Prince Brown say happy Sabbath. One chain, baby, you're here free now. So Prince Brown, Yamo, happy Sabbath. Isaac Yamu, I say happy Sabbath. And come out for yourself and then you know. If you come up, Pastor Aaron, the do was in your main instrual. If you come up, Casa Central, South Menina, Eric Anoche, Seminka, happy Sabbath, and chair assignment and for SD South Menina. If you come up, Elder Noche or Italy and pay and we're joining live. And I'm here about Portia Hackman entry. We'll say happy Sabbath. Posh baby, happy Sabbath. And come my busianina. Mammy must say happy Sabbath, Mr. Parry. Mammy, you does no pay. And I pay you here, New Jersey. Mammy, happy Sabbath. Ama Joy say happy Sabbath. And come mani kunu and then a back. And you bush your phone where we're gone and Canada, you know. You been come OpareDawuro. Then say that's a baby. Canada for no pay. Yechiamopa. Mammy, must say happy Sabbath and come Mama Millicent. And come Naomi assuming Terrier. And come Joshua Odro. Bunny. And a Gladys Quatima Terrier. Abet Nana J say happy Sabbath and come on. I call for yourself and then you know. What's the union Tiapo? Albert Nana J singing in Ninian Tiapo, Wuhiam Paibo, and in Timoma joining live radio Sony online in Yanano. In Yan kind in your own Paibom. Or say Albert or Bogatown. Isaac Yamoa will say happy Sabbath and come our precious Ukora members in Mammy so me that Sibi brain yame insurance no pay. Call for Jacob and the heads of the kingdom. Or senior me goma my back says some
Radio Parry on Happy Sabbath. No mama grandma just.
Yes.
When so seen it in the DSDA TV, one my would din and Casanan so say no pay or here live from Iraq, Kyrgyzstan. Happy Sabbath and Komao. Mama joining and fear tuning in your mama in a quaba. Mofancha and Nakasa Tintin, now Chimu. Meaning in our farm. Yami Shirayen, young coupon Shirayen. Love or say, see happy Sabbath and come on, so one chair, baby, are here free. Shirame, heads of the kingdom. Name that no penny.
Enie, OpareDawuro na metie.
And the can for my brain, no danger, Kupachi. Aranishira, Mawaya, the fool. Saranishira, Wababia, the Pobia, Asurabako, Akao, I am poor, and Samia Jacob, Atun, the Quero. Oh, the Janita, Amira, Wabirano, Amira, that's what's up. I saw Rabako, a bad chain. Jacob was in no sir, you were and my bow, she wrote me. Oh, when she ran me, she ran me. Jacob was on the mood in this. Oh, she ran me. Oh, when she ran me, Binyami, Meje, Shira, me, oh, yeah, Shira me, yeah, Shira me, yeah, Shira me, yeah, Shira.
Beatrice Samuel, happy Sabbath. I feel the menu dini ye.
Yeah, Shira me,
Samuel Kwachi wants to menya message and answer one chain we are waiting free. Kwachi Samuel, happy Sabbath. I'm myself for us to see her in live. Yeah, man, happy Sabbath.
That's when they just say, some don't know what kind to say. The good man in us, oh, no, me and then Shiro. That's when they just say, some don't know what kind to say. The good man in us, oh, no, me and then Shiro. Oh, don't put no day, I'm a near pepper. Oh, Yari Pepper, and soon you miss our and Shiro, I come from the day, I'm a near pepper. Oh, Yari Pepper, and soon you miss our Mosua. Bayer and Shiro, Shiro me, yeah, Shiro me, yeah, Shiro me, yeah, Shiro me, yeah, Shiro me. Yeah, she run me. She run me,
Nana mama grandma Jiatu.
I was the for Jesus for me. Oh, found the sheep that went astray. To his loving arms around me, drew me back into his way. What a privilege! Oh, to call me the son of God. Oh, to call me the child of God. And it is true, I am his son. I say I was so glad Jesus found me. Oh, found the sheep that went astray. To his loving arms me, drew me back into his way. What a privilege, the Son of God. Oh, to call God. Oh, to call me the every day was so cool. When you Papa then as I say, Every was a every moon to when you Papa then as I say, oh, my God, I want that you. Eka say nyame, dadinka Yesu, oh what I'm crying. What the other my me, oh, what me body me, ya me do say, I'm a kana wa that you. Eka say nyame, dadinka Yesu, oh what I'm crying. Eti de bidi bonzengu. Every moon to do, only Papa then as I say, every moon to do, only Papa then as I say. So you're beautiful, a country of Papa, and they're gonna bet it. A bewana, a savannah, baby, around to it. Any other countries to do. Ye mira Yesu tu. Bisa wa masu ayase. Eti matu ne ojumbo.
Meto ne ho dwom no ma yede da mama nsa nyina te sanse okoboni enne nyamia mama be fia. Wa peja me mama ye odehye. David Bosenko Amasafo ase happy Sabbath anope ohwen wo Istanbul ye wo Turkey. Ama Joy say happy Sabbath and come akwan for Heritage and Toronto Ghanaian Seventh Adventist Church. Any abusiafo ni nyina anope also ohwen live from Canada. Isaac J say anope ohwen from United States of America. Now wachi akwan for wo wiase afa na nyina ni tichu ni Kwame Danso district. Ghana hono kwa sorry. Was here being comma Lassie SDA Church. Any abusiafo ni nyina Miss Pabotin was say happy Sabbath and comma kwa for wo wiase afa na nyina. Ni tichu ni woni a ehwe ya no pay from the Valley View University campus. Osai Esther say happy Sabbath and come abusiafo ni nyina. Kofi Manfo say happy Sabbath. Within the Charles or Odan East District. Achimmanso Church and we want to say happy Sabbath and come Elder Obin Ban in Ebusia nyina. We so say anope yo hwe wo United Arab Emirates Dubai na wo se o chia Ghana fo wo fie nyina owo Ghana kwa sorry wo onwe Kwaso district na wo se ni di ankasa di Master P ena nkrofo di nim no Kwame Boateng say happy Sabbath. Mi ama konta Kwame Boateng o se anope ohwe yen wo United States of America wo danim pem ade enchin papa wa America memo nanso wo chie busuafo wo fie nyina ni tichu ne ne yire Eunice Nkansa Boateng a owo Ghana say Collins of say happy Sabbath and come Barcelona Vic Ghanaian SDA Church o se Ghana kwasere won kranza I wo Bono East region. Collins or say so here in Barcelona. Pa Kofi Edward essay wo hwe ewo Hamburg ya ewo Germany my emu Pakofi also yemao happy Sabbath. Kwaku say happy Sabbath anopay ohwe ewo Amsterdam. Ebi nkoma Kwaku pare, ebi nkoma Kwaku ono ankasa ne dini Kwaku achire. Ebi nkoma ni mebusia here wo tema communities 12 or Ghana hono kwa sorry. Kwame Amonso say anopay ohwe wo Louisville, Kentucky. America, my mom say I'm a happy Sabbath. See, can say happy Sabbath. And pay nani AJ and you ma who do I go no home. Also, Simon Mensa say happy Sabbath. One also say and pay what ya coin for yourself and then Nitichu enough Nitichu ni konongo SDA. Asaf menina do masa any ebra bonre SDA church. And pay in Parma, Italy. Aboaji Sylvester say happy Sabbath. And come for Gulf countries. And pay SDA Church war a Kojo Ghana Hono sorry. Was Senator Ellen and a fee Elder Gosson. What Chiamunina Ewofi was sitting here pa. May the messages no be see no more. And a homide chatwo ewo. General Bosumi mu wonfiempim you know ene aduonu baako emu the tiani say my job is work the din kan pa ye de ebrel na ene yesiesie adwumade no sronko yene yenuaba hana ajay mensa occupational health and safety consultant. Weye adwuma so wo kolebu aban ya asabia yene no betwetwe nkomo wonim se homeda bi etwato wo bosomi bia mu no ye ne se ye one Adventist professional si hono mo na ye celebrate no na fe ama yenuanu nkuma emayo ne emranti afe na wonyi no wotie sampani fo ho nsam wie na wo hu baby wo free baby wo duro ahye wo nkra ne wonim say programming so yenya ministers yenya deputy ministers yenya doctors yenya lawyers in fact the clerk of parliament any penny for asofo bebre abedwumade so na yesua de bebre wom mo anso a yewie program here muyi ewo mo churches ni teach you any youth churches ewo Germany ni amaya hodo so de share emebunu enkran no mo so yadamo asesa mo spread message yadamo asibebre ene yenu aba hana ene betwetwe nkomo ebusuan sabre ekopim se no nwotwe bebo the next 40 minutes yene no etwetwe nkomo na yebisa na brabo mu nsem baby onamu a waba bedru baby a wadro ya ene we celebrated Adventist professional na yene na chichin komo enunti abusia ye de bekonko enwum no bekonko hanom na afa yakwa my sister Hannah Akwaba Stana happy Sabbath
happy day
na wo hu ye de
nyame adom
ye de nyame ase de be ne se mema nyabo kakra bi na fe maye o microphone no eye na afa ye de my job is work na ato aso
I was not Jesus for me. Oh, foundation.
Where di kan enya ntia no sister mo mema happy Sabbath biem
happy day
na ohun ye de nyankopon ase ebeto me ma de so se ye ni unya interview nye ne na da bia na ben na oba de ye nim eni se wo ye djuma ewo kolebu one kasa NGO and I feel so also Becca say occupational health and safety consultants any who feel and kasa yebe bemupa na says you have sorry.
Okay, so me quite sorry, Barakel, 7-day Adventist Church.
Okay, Barakel. And yeah, what can for pa?
So I want to say a very special happy Sabbath to all my church mates at Barakel who are listening.
Barakel, Bakune teacher hono. Everything I can say program if you are more upon and Ashishe the first time audio be in the church abeni yeda say one my and this special guest. Unyi no net say kan wabrabo mo asem che yen kra ehfa na wo free ehfa na unyi ya na edwadru baby wadru.
Okay, so me free in Kranza Akuma.
When you are krum.
But I lived my life in Sunyani. Into me mama and papa no money now Sunyani.
Okay.
Fortunately for me, parents students they were Adventists.
Right.
Until I grew up in an Adventist home.
Okay.
But I am the 11th of 11 children.
Whoa.
I had a very big family. Okay. My growing up, it wasn't with so much difficulty because then I had a very large family to support me. I also made school with Sunyani. I mean, all through until after secondary school, when I had to continue. I'm back Accra to University of Ghana. But my father left me when I was about writing my BEC exam at that time.
Okay, so Papa.
Oh, sorry. So that's very good also to ask. He died.
Okay.
Yeah. So we lost our father in the year 1999.
Yeah.
But because I mean it was a very large family, who could support me. So really I did not feel that, but it was all the support. I think that I was fortunate. Like I say, you're fortunate. I mean, in my growing up, but all through I was determined. So you said I have an NGO. Maybe say NGO and after secondary school.
Whoa.
And I looked at the issue. Well, business.
Okay.
So me a business student from secondary school, but me share the community now. I saw that there were a lot of challenges with the youth.
Yeah.
Until one day, me sorry and I say me call the then assembly, the district assembly. To me call and I said, well, somebody my car, any driver, I can go to the villages. I hope you will pardon me. I can go to the villages. Not my name. Youth na akwa kasa. Yenyom kokasa. Me kunyom kokasa for imprewanin saying how to be focused and then steady and go to school, and also to empower them.
Yeah.
But at that time I was lucky. To me call ministry the assembly no. Now I'm catching me say, well, if you can put together, so to me abwa now for 5 beer.
Yeah. You
can register a community-based organization because that time not Ghana AIDS Commission. That time not HIV, the advocacy was very hard. Yes. So they wanted people to advocate, and they liked the spirit that me and Kasama said. I wanted to do something. I said, well, then you can even get the funding to do whatever you wanted to do. You see, my name is now for I mean, they were all Adventists, fortunately, because of Adventist Youth Society.
Yeah.
And see, all the people I put together were Adventist Youth Society members. So we registered with Assembly as a community-based organization.
Yeah.
So at that time, we're called AIDS Fighters Club.
Okay.
Because also the focus was on HIV/AIDS. So then we had the opportunity to go to the communities to do all that I wanted to do. But after that, and I'm about university.
Yeah.
And then I was leaving Sunyani to Accra. I mean, if you have anything, the passion you put in is not like the people who also want to join. You have to be there to inspire the spirits all the time. The activities from Accra.
Okay.
And I'm about investments. I also decided I will not go back. Wow. I wanted to develop my life in Accra. It lingered for some time until about some few years back. But when I was in university, that was when I also decided to register it as an NGO so that we could expand what we do.
Okay.
I registered it as an NGO. We had our certification and everything, but we needed funding. At that time, we could school. I didn't have money, but always a little that we could do, we would do. Also as Adventist Youth Society. Activities in the community, in the church, we tried also to empower people in the community.
Okay.
And then from there, we were fortunate. In these few years, we have been fortunate to work with the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, more of social protection on the LEAP program. Because it's also about community empowerment, helping the women and the vulnerable access fund and all that. And UNICEF has also supported us, especially in this COVID era. So we also did a lot of sensitization and community education on that.
Yep. Bye no one teach you. Bokas and Oka AY once pa na say usano onena mimiti na no na o join AY pa eboa wo ewo ahyase anu yie ewo kwan bi so na watimi afa so de etu awofo a omo encourage omo ma ema omo kwasori activity etisa no omo mfa omo ho enhyem no se wo foto bi e de ma awofo a ode wo life no ene sede ode ho hyem ema eboa wo abedo sabre no sede esi aboa no betumi e de ama awofo bi no mu afutuo ewo asori activities etisa no.
I think for me that was the foundation. Okay. Adventist Youth Society, and then they prepared me because at that time, I tell you, my mother and my father, they were all Seventh-day Adventists. You will not get the opportunity to go into the community as in other things in the community. If we are youth now per se, we develop it was more of the Adventist Youth Society where you share the same ideas, you have the same passion and all that. And it was also challenging. I mean, because of quite they challenge you when they have put you on.
Yeah.
For instance, Children's Day, you have to do something. And see, it was that level that builds the confidence in us. And then it also at that level starts to even make you innovative. Because you're always thinking, what can we do? Okay, they give it to you, even though you were leaders no. On my mom said, "Mom, planet Children's Day, then I'm obey. What can you also do?" You have the first time as a child. Like I came with my daughter, like at her age, have to be saying your memory verse and all that. And see, it starts building the confidence from there. And see, even for me, my daughter, I've sewn the Adventist Youth Society, the dress for her. It's really important, especially for Adventists. We don't get the opportunity so much to mingle with the community because we also want to control the lifestyle and the impact society has for us. And see, what I was saying is that I will for mama and these activities. It's very important. They should give time for them. Even sometimes it's Sunday, late afternoon, Kwaku practice. It all helps. Yes. It's very important. But the challenge is also when you move to Accra.
Okay.
It becomes very limiting. Not as in Free Sunyani Kumasi, where there's so much time, our parents have time, and there's no so much traffic.
Obi Beka said, what drew baby, what drew because na we're fortunate. Na kakrasu wufie na kakra wufie na aboa mu aduru sabre ebia eno na wanya odeti hono mu ane nyame aboa mu aduru babia wadu ya ebia wo kasa sei but me so ameti hanu me ebia hwe ni fie ni emobrofo nti ebia wonya wasem a wo kan sanse wo de efie ofi mu no na mu ye nti na ne wadu babia waduru no.
I won't accept say na me fie yes sir. Remember, I said to me, the 11 born of 11 children. You see, even though my father, he was a teacher and they moved to be an educationalist in an office.
Yeah.
My mother was a petty trader. We were 11 children that they had to take care of. So there were competition. And because I was the last, I think that was my advantage.
Okay.
Because I saw that I had to compete to get some of the resource. So I won't say that everybody in my family is that comfortable. When I look at myself, I thank God I'm fortunate.
Yeah.
If I had not also put in effort and come in, baby, I'm and it is not my doing. Maybe as the conversation goes on, it is God.
Yeah,
I had the basic support. I mean, here be a fee. Because I mean, who want penny for winning? But it is also God who will also give you. You have the passion, but won't push you up. You cannot get there.
Okay. Minim so parents, Adventists, omumi yenu nyina ne ma obeye kwahweni. And then important. And a ma at a point one kasa ujitu mu kire se SD sorry no afei de me amagia to mama kwan yemu mesu e ma ye convince sorry no beko.
Okay, so how I got baptized is a very, very interesting story. Me was at quite a tender age for me. I think me was at the age of 12 or because the children, I think something happened in the children's class I didn't like.
Okay.
At 12 years. So I decided that then I will not go to that class again. I'll go to baptismal class and study for baptism so that I move from the children's class. And so that was how I got baptized.
Yeah.
And so for me also, I think that then that preparation did not help me because I think I did not take my time. So I had to go through some life experiences to have an encounter with Christ.
Wow.
And what I want to say is that the problem, what I see, and when I look at myself, there could be a huge problem being born as an Adventist. If you do not take care, you believe in your parents' faith.
Oh, okay.
Because Adventist, Papa Adventist, nobody will allow you not to leave or not to go to church on a Saturday. Sometimes we grow up like that, and we are going to church because you're weird too.
Right.
And most of the time, we do not even take our time to study the church's principles. As Abia Obia, we need to a certain level decided that I want to be baptized. See, that is a problem. And I think we should look at it, especially Adventist parents. Not that they may do all the time, but why really we have to be in that church. For me, my father was that man at 4:30. Obia morning devotion, Sabbath school. One sorry, and sometimes we didn't like it. Because that time's and all that. But I think that it all contributed a bit to it. So you look back now when you are experiencing anything and you see how it has also helped to shape your life. It's important that parents, we take time. If we have the faith, we need to educate our children about the faith, especially also the female. But I have also encountered a lot of men who will say that, oh, my core sorry be down, but I left. Why? They were born into it, but they did not get the real meaning, the real understanding of the doctrines, why they should be 7-day Adventists. And it's a challenge for us now. We are trying to start family, also to let them be grounded in the faith.
Wow. Where Adventist church in the more problems when I would me identify with the women teach you. Sorry, no more. Meaning say, would when you to form if career development any school any where sorry your funny are serious.
I think that in recent times, try.
Okay.
But there's a lot to be done. The associations like Adventist Youth Society, and I was a very active member also in NAS. So in my time in Legon, I think I was a deputy national coordinating secretary for NAS. So these are all things that also built me up.
Okay.
I mean, becoming who I have become. Time when we go for these things, attention will be because some friends I hadn't seen in the whole year, youth camp, NAS Congress, they will meet and all. Even though they're very nice programs that are planned. But I think we should focus more also on career development, self-development. Again, so it's not just the gospel. Because I need to be empowered. It's the gospel. Into what's me, I know all the things in the Bible, but I am not well educated. I have no voice. So how do I even tell? How do I spread that faith? And so for the women in the church, I think even in my church, now you discuss it. I'm just wondering why, when it comes to the Adventist doctrine and all that, as a man need more than the women. When it comes to programs that we need to contribute, it looks like a man contributing more than the women. Then also look at the level there, or probably because, and that's the point I made, that probably because in the church, women were not allowed to do much previously. Because in an Adventist church, a woman cannot be a pastor. So you will support. So all the time, when the women were at the back saying, okay, we'll support the men. See, in the church, we'll clean the church, we'll arrange the place and all that, but then the men should lead. I think it's also quite in the Old Testament how women probably were supposed to be. But I think that now is the time because we need to empower the women. Remember that if you educate a woman, you have educated a whole nation. It is very important for us to do that, to empower our women, to build in them that confidence, and then try to have some women workshop and all that will bring renowned women, even if they are not Adventists, to also help empower us and show us the career pathways.
And then I'll call you Legon.
Well, in Legon, I studied nursing and psychology. Remember, I told you that I have a business background. But that time, the problem also was, if I had the opportunity, after secondary school or university, what course are you going to do? How do you choose your courses? For us who were born into an Adventist church and home, that opportunity would have helped if AY meetings like this, we had somebody to come and tell us, okay, in the university, those who have been there before, Legon, this is it, this is that. So for me, when I was going to Legon, I chose Legon. I bought forms for UCC because how their courses were. So I wanted to do admin. I didn't get admin. And then so I had psychology. No, level 100, it was interesting. I had archaeology, history, religion, and dance. So I was very angry with those combinations because I was like, what am I going to do with these? But I didn't become in UCC until I decided to make a colleague on. But at that time, we're lucky. Moving from level 100 to 200, if you had a good grade points, you could go for nursing or admin and then social work. So it was that time that I applied for nursing and I had. Okay. So I graduated from Legon with BA in nursing and psychology.
Wow. Okay.
So my work in Kolebu, I actually started my profession as a nurse tutor. Into me really going na ministry they make call Sankrego. I don't know if you know the.
Yeah,
but at that time, as a very young girl, it was so far. I was wondering. The first time I went, I was asking. I said, "Mu sure say Kangana because I traveled the whole day." And see, I stayed there for almost 2 years. I was teaching health assistant students, but nursing is practical. And to me, one day strike me that no, I cannot be doing this. I haven't practiced the profession. I cannot be imparting. So that was when I came to Accra, and then I applied for Kolebu. Fortunately for me, I had it, and then I was posted to the National Cardiothoracic Center intensive care unit. And see, I did intensive care nursing. So there, what we do is that akuma operation, and I will be a critically ill or akuma na lungs and bibiano. A operation we are now saying it's critically ill. So that is where we give all the critical care until they are stable, and then we get to
any remember baby so any not just say what near my pie and crofo or more for year maybe so or personal experience bibia esiama kapim who say nyame wo tumi na nyame tumi ade nyina ye na one kasa so experience bia esi wo brem na sesi idea ma me nkwa homa no so na me nkofa uni Mr. Samobotin.
Yes.
Yeah. Only no school Lego no.
Samo was 2 years or so ahead of me in Legon.
Oh, okay.
But he became my very good friend for Legon. Okay,
mommy.
But currently, me is on the class. Sorry.
Okay. Wow, mommy has a million of woman so. Mr. Boatin, memo. Happy Sabbath. I'm say. Onyama line so yebehwe se yebenya no ahoma no so na fe yene no atwetwe enkomo yehwe se yensa beka Mr. Samoboatin okwasori of Barkel se yi na oye Sister Hannah Adamfo pa afa no join live online na yenua ba Hannah Ajay Mensa oye adwuma wo Kolebu occupational health and safety consultant and yene no etwetwe enkomo na mebisa wadwuma oye wo Kolebu no na wo kan cardiothoracic center yede o ekoto ho no akoma ho asem de ye duru ba bia ehu kakra menim se wenya experience bia obetumi ni ache ewo bia oye adwuma na ebetumi ahye nkran ne se nyame ayesom no.
There's a lot. It's a lot because Wakuma they hold you. Once you lose your heart, unless you get another one, so a replacement, a transplant. Other than that, then there is no life in you.
And also,
and see, well, most of the people that come for heart surgery and cry, there's a defect. And now, as they grow, they also get problems with their hearts. But God is good.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the nursing staff that work in the units, when we go to work, we pray in the morning. Because you don't know how it's going to be. The situations can change.
Waba my Mr. Samoboatin. Yama happy Sabbath.
Yeah, good morning, happy Sabbath.
Na apomwe.
You go on that too.
Nyame say. Ye Sister Hannah na wo studio Hannah na ye bisa mu no na ye say wunnim no kakra ne ho dance ye ben na obedi e de akere.
Mamuna happy Sabbath. Hannah, happy Sabbath to you.
Happy Sabbath, Sammy.
Yeah, Hannah, it's a long story. Hannah is getting to 19 years now.
Wow.
We met in the University of Ghana campuses, and Hannah is a special person. For me, she's that woman of substance. And yet, but very determined person, somebody who would want to go for whatever she desires, whatever she feels like, this is right for me. That is what she normally would want to go. And she perseveres. Or be a very hardworking. She's very, very okay, and apart from that, Nyamisum, it's amazing how she would want campus Mekai. There were times she or Baba became a young sorry, now I was a do pressure and I have to be running to the TV room.
Wow.
Because she wants us to go to church, So for her, Hannah is an amazing person. It's so special. I don't know how I didn't even settle my life with her. That is another issue altogether. It's God's plan. And she said, "Netofa bomuno, ni American say, oyobia many of them." And she's outspoken. That is one thing about her. Say bibia obeka just me the way mempe. And that is that strong will that I love so much about her. Okay. And so for Hannah, religiously, open, especially our hymns, Seventh-day Adventist hymns, open. A couple of occasions, also young group. Recently, she has been on me. There was a for me, quartet. Now you and all that. So for me, she's an amazing person, a very religious woman. She has become even stronger even now when I see her and interact with her.
Amen.
And we are lucky. The church is fortunate to have such women within our confines, and it's a blessing to us.
Mr. Samuel Barton, yes, that's the very son of pay.
Happy Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath. Any ayeti Mr. Samuel Barton, quite sorry, El Barakel, and one name Sister Hannah, so El University of Ghana. And Grafua, Eddie, who dance here, 1 year no one can say before, but yeah, but program is soon can say. When you think kakra na opese adebia opese we bia no edru ba bia na say bibia mu wabem, that kind of person. Why what get to the point say opese we bibisa na we be say oh oba kuku ni oba de, that kind of comment yedibu ema bem no. Why encounter be pain so kwan ben so na would be share a mouth for in crying, said don't be to me, a persevere, it will be on person.
Okay. So I think that was a turning point in my life.
Okay.
There are some people that they cannot take your or they can't take. I don't think that. So yesterday I was listening to one of the international pastors who said that don't sacrifice your calling for your comfort.
Okay.
I have one child, their father and I are not together. And I think it's some of these things that a woman who wants to stand on the grounds when you think it's right. But there are people who would not accept that. There are people who are very traditional and think that this is the woman's space, or badly, this is the space you should be. Well, you learn some lessons from it. But as I said, and I prayed. That was also the time that made me pray a lot, because then I needed God to direct me. And I think my life at that point was also impacted by one sermon that I listened to by Pastor Ewu one Sunday when he said, "Who is at the center of your life?" So that sermon was a turnaround for me, because then that was a time that I sat down to think, if it is Christ at the center, then let Christ decide. And he will direct you. And see, it's not like when you're doing, say, either if not right or wrong, you go for it. But when you're doing because you think this is my calling and I must go for it. When you're doing because you think that there's something that must be done and you are the one who's supposed to do it. And see, now I ran what we call the employee assistant program. And I had to go to South Africa to study that myself, to come back.
Okay.
I offer service to some corporate organizations. And I'm trying to set it up also in Kolebu. Thankfully to the management of Kolebu, they are so supportive of that. They want it. I would just want to tell a little bit about that.
Okay.
And so that program is for people who are working, but are having issues. You know, we are human beings. We have emotional issues. We have psychological issues that can impact your life. You cannot sit here and work and concentrate and talk to me like that. But most of the time, you think that idea. I mean, throw all the troubles away. Never true. So that's when we have people who give excuses. and then the means me marriage man.
Yeah.
Not because of one yet, but there are issues that are bothering you. And now what bedroom cry every now you mistake. The questions that you have to ask me are asking the wrong questions. Why? Because there's an underlying problem. So that is the passion that I'm driving now.
All right.
And I thank God that I have the support from Kwaku management to move it. And then personally, I also offer this service to a lot of corporate organizations because so many people are troubled. And for me, it's a calling. I see it as a ministry because when you help people go through their challenges, their emotional, people are going through divorce, but sometimes a divorce must happen. But how do you move on from that point? So I see it as a calling because then that also, when you get the opportunity to share your personal experience, to show them what God has done and what God is doing. And for Adventist women, I would ask that we pray more.
Okay.
Because my life now is a testimony because of prayers and what God has done for me and the divine connection that comes with it, the divine opportunities that come with it, that when you meet management and CEOs, they are ready to accept you, not because of what you know or what you present, but because before you even moved out, open the doors for me.
Right.
And it is wonderful how God does it. For my life today always is a testimony on prayers, and it's the only way. How do we talk to our Father? How do we talk to someone? He's not here. It is through prayers.
Right.
And,
Maminfa, if you are
happy day.
na ohuye de Ede nyame say minim say Sister Hannah eye onyanko pa free enkwalabre mu e di bedru sabre ni ho dance be na be di atwe.
Oh, happy Sabbath. Many are the pa no pe de many are the one the binding them fire but ani kono e hwa na oko. Many are the among. Ede nyame say ma Hannah life. Hannah you dia opinion me song. Hannah is a good girl. Over the problem based here. Oh, not all your customers. But tenacious and power, you good. Me to me can't say the days. I mean, to me can't have no voice for my or you support it. So, Hannah in the year. Oh, Hannah is good. Good Hannah makes me a coming. Who I can be America, but I think I'm catching.
No.
Yeah, me didn't go do now. Maybe more than this from Hannah. Or better president too. Maybe I'm catching no.
Yes, who be the president?
It's Papa. The special assistant. Yeah, I'm catching. Then I'm just a man Hannah. Oh, you're the chin so they are on tell me. Say Hannah there. Yami you can say Yami Shano for a good girl. Yeah, yes, or buy I mean, the member crap petrol and Hannah petrol, you know. Yami didn't do one idea. Then I come up now. Meaning, Yami be yaman.
Amen.
Amen.
Ye da sibe bre ebusian fo ni ayeti ye Sister Hannah. Ne nyanko pa ye friend no efia ana efua ena ye ne no etwetwe enkomo no. Obi ase Sister Hannah, you good. Sister Hannah, a good girl. Na Obi baby say, we that religious, we that good girl. Said ye Obi kano. Nipa etis also you mentioned say one obano papa any hobiem now the example issues are ofemo. Nipa etis also enya issues sir.
So it's
said ye enkrofo di who dance ye or how it is our course nipa so nipa what is also.
Well, I think that's the point that I made, that there are some people, even in marriage, it's about also compatibility and all that. But there are people who can take your spirit, who can take your blessing, your energy, but there are others who cannot. And so the way they are saying is many well, not that many gidi, but because I want to stand for what my rights, like that. And see, this is not right. I think that this is how it should go. And I think that this is a time for women to stand up. You cannot say that, okay, when it is not okay with you. Remember, for me, I am championing emotional and psychological health.
Right.
A lot of people. So I give you an example from Kolebu, the Cardiothoracic Center. We had one patient who came in with very high blood pressures.
Okay.
And for medical persons, but blood pressures were not coming down. Why? So it was during one night duty. Because it's a 9 duty day, long hours. You get a chance to talk to your patients and all that. When the patient confounded in me and then spoke out, and when it's not working because deep within me there's a problem that I don't think a drew, because then she took me through her domestic issues.
Wow.
So it was after we had spoken to her, gotten a psychologist to psych her, like magic.
Wow.
Then all the parameters, she could have died. So there are things that if it cannot work, don't force it. But if my friends are saying, so in Papa and all that, I don't think that it's I came out like that. You had to go through some experiences to say that no, now this is the time to turn. And I think that I also went through that. Well, but I mean, growing up, you make some mistakes and all that. But I think that when also the calling of God is on you, no matter how you run, you call. So I tell my friends that until I had my experiences, Saturday, I wear my high heels and put on my face powders and makeup and all that and go to church. I'm going to church because also I said, if you are born in the church and not careful, you believe in your parents' faith. I go to church because, well, I was born into the Adventist church, 11 children. It's so beautiful when we go to church on Saturday, when we come home and Sabbath afternoon, we are eating and talking and nobody's doing anything. On Sundays, we'll go to farm. So we love Saturdays. And Saturdays, we love it that we wanted it to stay forever. Because Sunday, how much Papa was kind of. And see, it was through the experiences that brought me here. But I just want to also tell people that you make mistakes. We all make mistakes. What is important is that you don't stay there.
Yeah.
Say, okay, I mean, for me, at a point when I even wanted to get baptized, my local church, I went to them that I want to get baptized. Okay, I'm saying we cannot baptize you. I said, this is my faith, my relationship with God. And I thank Pastor Champon. When I discussed that I wanted him to baptize me, he immediately baptized, and he has contributed to my turnaround. And every time I thank him. And really, when God, for people who are also troubled, they shouldn't be. Some people are wondering, they don't know. As an Adventist, there was a time that I really wanted to talk to God. But you see, if you look at the charismatic churches, there are lots of, you can go for prayers, and all that. But you don't see so much of it in the Adventist church. So then I was praying to God, God, I need a certain kind of relationship with you. And I think it's through prayers that I need people to intercede for me. So I thank people like Pastor Chum, who want us to pray. I thank people like Elder Nimpong, who will make me pray and who will assure me. And he has actually contributed to my turnaround. And that is why, for me, I think that prayer answers all things. It can turn you no matter what. So even if you're an Adventist who is wondering, one day, we are 7-day Adventists, but your heart is still with the church. Your heart is still with God. He will locate you.
Sambra.
He will locate you.
Make an attempt.
Yes.
One Casabra. Ma main fa obi wo wadwuma emra ye friend no part or your next wadwuma mo. Me ko ba maybe sa question yes see na sifo mu ade. Na waka ho asem e de ache part me ma akwaba. Na ohun ye de ye de nyame ase ye ni sister Hannah ene wo studio hanomo SDA4 or ye professional ne ye yine si wono ye celebrating no wiase afana nyina na ye bisa mu no ano na chese ono wo adwuma mu nti ye pese bisa ne ho asem kakra kye ye ne ho asem adanse be na obedi a kye
I like her voice so much. In Tiankasa, was not radio to you, but I'm happy. Sister Hannah, I've known her for like 2 years now. I work in public health department. Baby, are you Jumano? On championing EAP employee assistance program.
Okay.
You're new in the system. I feel now. But the passion or work for a Jumano, a core in and now intelligence super on like she has learned about it on India, and she's trying to push it through even though it's new, but I'm not very I think they are organizing programs. They will have Zoom meetings. Now you team was them, your team you will say you nim faho. Said they are rolling out Kestia. People will be involved. The boss staff. Momonya sound mind. They are here Juma for Kolebu. They are very interesting program all year. The bottom about super like the Juma all year. A year fine. A year good.
Yeah, I see.
She's so nice, so intelligent, a very affable person to work with. Pleasant person. It's nothing.
Wow. Next part. Yeah, that's it, baby. Nyame ensure any ayeti sister Pat or nurse ewo kolebu yedana sibebre. Yesi a nurse for mumu ade mo hwene mo bom say obi anka nkyere mo ame de me ka de wo ebi amonte ba ye de wo kromo a yete no say sana mote na dan na obi a what is at me Christo ni mapama na ye.
Okay, so I will not accept that general conception about nurses.
Mate.
What it is that, and that is also, I mean, the reasons why I am even championing this employee assistance program.
Right.
Because sometimes the person you might come into contact with, maybe your issue be as she's not able to deal with it well, and she doesn't know when to drop it and care for the patient.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes it's also about the workload.
Yep.
Sometimes a personal attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You see, a individual na nkasa wa encounter no, and na ni suban bi. But most of the time is the underlying problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because obi owa owo issue fie. Or bano ebia ebufo bi ewo fie no wantimi ehun say she needs to drop it somewhere and continue with it. And I say ebia normal ohia so de be adwuma ni mpo no. Then sanka no de aye adwuma. Nti she's already stressed or the work is too much for her. Though it is no excuse. I think it is also changing. Even me.
Yep.
When I was growing up, I didn't like going to the hospital at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because me catch mom say me go hospital nurse no betia me.
Yeah.
Obe me paninti benko. So when I mean in my life there was that turnaround from business to nursing and all that. I was like, okay, maybe God wants to use me to also impact and to change. So being in the also what we have been trying to do. So we do a lot of also customer training for the nurses and other healthcare professionals. Because also the training, you see, they say that it originated from the military. And I say, do before complain.
Right.
So you have to do. So when the patient is kind of not complying, then they get kind of irritated. But it shouldn't be. I'm not here to justify. We are trying to correct it. And I think that programs like the employee assistance program, just what Sister Pat said also, are coming to take off, so that if you think that the load is too much and you cannot be with a patient, then you see the resource. You can talk to a psychologist, if it's a pastor you want to talk to, if it's a lawyer, if it's a financial coach, or the experts. I think that with time it will change, but it needed to start from somewhere. And I think that it has started, it's changing.
Okay.
But now I don't practice nursing, I do public health and then occupational health.
All right. Now, so you're nurse.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's it. And now by minimum, say, be one more. Yan ti ho asem obepese obeka e ho asem a chance na dey nkomo twetwe no abawie ya.
I just want to say that I'm very grateful. I mean, I am highly honored to be on this platform, and I thank all the listeners who are also listening and all the people who have given good testimony about me. I think that, well, there are my other parts that I need to develop, and so just as they have all contributed in making me, they should continue to also hit me when I'm going wrong.
Right.
And then I know that we should keep the faith. We don't know. Well, I cannot leave here without talking about coronavirus. So,
Oh.
So let me just take the opportunity also to advise the Adventist community, especially. Coronavirus is still here. It's still with us. I mean, we are even experiencing the second wave of it, which is hitting us quite hard. Even in the health institutions, we are even having our staffs who are testing positive. People who are thinking that it's gone, especially when you're quite sorry, we think that, we can take off our mask. And that is what is also spreading the virus, because we think that, minim so we minim menina inti meet me mask, meet me again, or meet me at Shiano. So Mr. Mamma and very strict with keeping the protocols. Let's keep our what our hands, keep our face mask on from time to time. Let us also sanitize. And then in the church environment, let's make sure that we are also disinfecting from time to time. And if we need to limit some of the activities, let us do that. We want to, yes, push the kingdom business, but we cannot do that when we have lost our lives. It's very important.
Yeah, that's very Nyame insurance and Obaj Mediso.
Nyame insurance for the opportunity.
Ebusian for any yeti yen sister Hannah enne yene no etwetwe enkomo we adwuma ewo kolebu aban aya sabia we occupational health and safety consultants ena yene no etwetwe enkomo no ebria mamu am yentimi mami mami fa final question about occupational health emra Ghana sa enema ne fa ne serious pa se ye ko ye dwumemu enioma ewo se ye tutu niye ma ye tuminya bambo we nwumemu na ye ntutu niema ase basa no mz ekrom ha no de sa niema no ye fa ne serious pa.
So the nation has delayed because as at now we do not have the occupational health and safety bill. Most of the time the local organizations, government organizations strictly does not adhere to. But I had the opportunity to work with one of the mining companies, and that was also where I had my passion to go into occupational health and safety, because then as a nurse on duty, one night one of the workers came with me with somebody's stamp on ice. Or yeah, Jumana colleague operating machine one share inside the hole. It was starting machine now chat Nico Chromotino. And at least in their minds, we also show them how to do the first one or two, but they could not fix that.
Wow.
So that was where I also had but in their minds, occupational health and safety is like key. But as I said, as a nation, we have failed because it has been in parliament for so long, it hasn't been signed. So maybe I can also use this platform to advocate for people in government to also get it signed so that workers can be protected. I have been saying it, but I don't think I have given it that thought. But jokingly, I say that, well, I might be your first female president, but it's jokingly.
What political party, be?
So I have friends on both sides. I'm in the two major parties. So I sometimes I do not even vote because I don't want to betray friends and all that. So really, I am not a strong member of any of them.
Okay, and Obe joining me party no. Me da se bebre. Ebusian for yene sister Hannah ena etwetwe enkomo my job his work dwumadie eso. Nyame adom ahomeda ye happy Sabbath from ebesumo sister Hannah Ajay Mensa we juma ewo kolebu abaya sabia okwa sorry so ewo Barakel Seventh Adventist Church. Elder Fifi Amopon so hona okwa sorry wono no executive producer ede message media wono eno hye programming ede ehon questions nyina eka ho ede mame ena Philip ni precious adaromanti ena ohwe live online abroche for no me questions no bebre na so yembre no aso yentimi enkenkan mo faje si Amsterdam ne unim na ho oh good abroche phone what's an abroche kakra.
So I did my public health in Holland in Amsterdam. So na me ofaje si na kwa sorry.
Okay, intina
it's my greetings to all the church members in Amsterdam. Also, I miss you so much.
Okay, mom, somebody questions be brain abasobo be brain but now so brain nti yentumi emfa. Yeah, that's be brain send obai nyame ensure be brain. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Ebusi edi am just want to call Opare at the CEO call. OpareDawuro 1. And then my job is work bro. If you am upon Elder 1 El Barakel. And Philip Tieku Punchy Zero and Sister Abigail Precious one that remains out here live online. Mama send messages nina yadamunina say Sika happy Sabbath or Italy Abuaje Sylvester happy Sabbath Amua Abraham happy Sabbath Nana Mua Kwate also happy Sabbath Lois Tebri also happy Sabbath or here in Germany Lois happy Sabbath and now for William Jesse happy Sabbath Joanna Amponsa happy Sabbath oh Saudi Arabia anope therefore Isaac comes my home message in a happy Sabbath anope oh Piccadilly yeah oh Manchester happy Sabbath Esther Mensan Sapon happy Sabbath Araba Aman happy Sabbath Felix Tete also happy Sabbath Enna Prince Adu Owusu Prince Adu Owusu happy Sabbath Enna Gloria and happy Sabbath Oh Oyibiano Pay Agbanyega Michael happy Sabbath also Nyamin Shao Isi for Kelvin happy Sabbath we'll see you hear me contact okay me the better chat in the moment say Jemima Ajay also happy Sabbath every day I'm just want to call Opare at this your call Nyami Adomoa and then now yeah the happy Sabbath for Somo Bra Kwesi Bright executive producer ma afidie no enna ahaya
to stand on you. If God so loves the little birds, I know He loves me too. He loves me too. He loves me too. I know He loves me too. Because He loves the little birds, I know He loves me too. Ya know, my name she ring, nene mani naso. Cristo ben Jamaica, oh shayo taso chenu.
I'm sorry if it's